Hello students, welcome to this video class. In this class, I will consider two collinear SHMs having nearly equal time period simultaneously acting on a single particle. We will later see that this will lead to the phenomenon of beats. For example, if two sound waves are simultaneously reaching our ear, and if these waves are having nearly equal frequencies, what will happen? We know that theory of SHM can be applied to sound waves also, because in the case of harmonic waves, that is waves having definite frequency and wavelength, the particles of the medium are vibrating simple harmonically. When we hear such a sound from two sources, and when the frequencies are nearly equal, it is found that the resultant intensity of sound becomes maximum and zero periodically, and this phenomenon is called beats, and the beat frequency will be equal to the difference in frequencies of SHMs. Now we will prove this mathematically using equations of simple harmonic motion. Here I have considered two SHMs with different time periods. In the first case, time period is 2 pi by omega 1, and in the second case, time period is 2 pi by omega 2. Or we may write in terms of frequency, omega 1 is equal to 2 pi nu 1, if nu 1 is the frequency of the first SHM, and omega 2 is equal to 2 pi nu 2. And here I have considered some examples. I have represented the first SHM by this red colored oscillations, and in the second diagram this second SHM is represented. I have drawn these diagrams using a powerful computer program called Mathematica. I will demonstrate that in my next class. I have drawn this diagram by writing x1 is equal to a sin omega 1 t. Omega 1 is written as 2 pi nu 1, and I have taken a specific example in which nu 1 is equal to 1.2 hertz. And in the second case, I have taken nu 2 as 1 hertz. That is 1 oscillation per second. So time period will be 1 by nu 2. That is equal to 1 second. So in 1 second there will be 1 oscillation, and here you can see in the second diagram I have taken time up to 15 seconds. So there are 15 oscillations. Here you can see 1, 2, 3, etc. If you count, then you will get 15 oscillations. For the first SHM, I have taken frequency as 1.2 hertz. Therefore, time period will be t is equal to 1 by 1.2, that is less than 1 second. So you will get more than 15 oscillations here. I think nearly 18 oscillations are there. You can count it. Now when both SHMs are acting on a single particle, the resultant displacement is given by principle of superposition, the sum of two individual displacements. Here for simplicity I am taking both amplitudes as A. Now this is a sum of two different sine functions. So in order to see what happens, we have to write this as a single sine function, which is of the form sum A sin omega t or A cos omega t. That can be done using this identity sin c plus sin d equal to 2 sin c plus d by 2 cos c minus d by 2. Using that we can arrive at this expression, and this is conveniently written in this manner. You can see that this is of the form sin omega t, where omega is the average of omega 1 and omega 2, and this may be treated as an amplitude A. So this entire thing can be written as A sin omega t. So this is an SHM having omega which is the average of omega 1 and omega 2. So that will have a time period very similar to the two SHMs, but its amplitude A, this is the amplitude A, that is also changing with the time. And you can see that here, using the same computer program, I can add this and this to get this one. So if you take x1 plus x2 using the same computer program, you will get this diagram, and you can see that there is a fast oscillation, and the time period of that will be approximately equal to the time period of this and this. That is evident from the diagram. And you can also see that there is a slowly varying component, this one. So what happens is, in the case of sound waves, this and this will be almost having a similar sound, and this oscillation will be also having same sound, but the amplitude of the combined wave becomes maximum, then 0, again becomes maximum, then again becomes 0, again becomes maximum, and again becomes 0. And this phenomenon is called beat. You may be thinking that how I added this and this to get this third diagram. That can be done very easily using the computer program called Mathematica, that I will explain in a separate class. From this diagram, you can also see that this beat is occurring periodically. So there is a beat time period or beat frequency, and we can show mathematically that the beat frequency is equal to the difference in frequencies of the individual waves. I already told you that the frequency of the first oscillation is 1.2, and that of the second one is 1. We will prove that the beat frequency is difference in frequency. So beat frequency is new beat is equal to 1.2 minus 1, that is beat frequency is 0.2 hertz, that is 0.2 beat per second. So in 1 second 0.2 beat will be there. So in 5 seconds, 5 into 0.2, that is 1 beat will be there. So in 15 seconds 3 beats will be there, that you can see here. From here to here there is 1 beat, that is in 5 seconds. In another 5 seconds there is 1 more beat, and in another 5 seconds there is 1 more beat. So there are 3 beats in 15 seconds. That is the result we are getting from this formula, new beat is equal to nu 1 minus nu 2. Using the same computer program called Mathematica, you can actually hear these beats. There is a play function in Mathematica which will play this, this and this, and you can see that the sound intensity becomes a maximum, minimum, maximum, minimum. You can actually hear these beats, that I will demonstrate in another class. Now let us prove this result, that beat frequency is equal to difference in frequency. For that we consider this amplitude expression of the average oscillation. This is the amplitude, and when this omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 into t, when that is 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, etc., the value of cos becomes plus 1, minus 1, plus 1, minus 1, etc. So in both cases the amplitude will be 2a, whether it is plus 2a or minus 2a, the amplitude will be 2a, and cos will be 0 for values of 90 degree, that is pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, etc. That is generally 2n plus 1 pi by 2, where n equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. The cos will be 0 and the amplitude will be minimum, that you can see here, here and here. The amplitude of oscillation becomes 0. You can see that the adjacent maximum are separated by a difference pi. Here also pi by 2 plus pi is 3 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2 plus pi is 5 pi by 2. So time taken to go from one minimum to another minimum, or one maximum to another maximum, is given by that difference pi is equal to omega 1 minus omega 2 divided by 2 into the time period of beat, or this is the beat time period, and 1 by time period will be the frequency. So this is the beat frequency, that is equal to omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 pi. Now the relation between omega and nu is omega is equal to 2 pi nu. So omega 1 will be 2 pi nu 1, omega 2 will be 2 pi nu 2. If you substitute that, then 2 pi will cancel and we will get the final result as beat frequency is equal to the difference in frequencies.